Cheers.
Son of a bitch!
This is Seuss along with Andy for the Tap Takeover Podcast and MilwaukeeBeerWeek.com. We're at Roman's Pub located at 3475 South Kinnickinnick Avenue in Milwaukee. We're here with a special tapping of the 2013 Bourbon County Stout, 2015 Bourbon County Stout Regal Rye, 2015 Bourbon County Stout Barley Wine, and we are pleased to be joined by Mike Romans, owner of Romans, and Rich Heller of Goose Island.
So Mike, you tell us how you got involved in Milwaukee Beer Week, and then Rich, if you could do the same.
Well, it's just something that Beechwood Distributing puts on every year, and it showcases all the fine brands that they carry. I used to do several a week, and then a couple of years ago, I kind of just started breaking into my cellar and bringing out some special barrels of Bourbon County. That's kind of a tradition now. And this is generally I've been here 39 years, and the last several years were the busiest nights I've ever had. So I'm hoping for that again tonight.
How about you, Rich?
I've been with Goose Island a little over 5 years, and the Milwaukee Beer Week was just kind of kicking off about 5-6 years ago. And Mike's always been a big supporter of Goose Island, and so we make sure that he gets enough of these products so we can have a good night here. And we were really the first brewery to start doing barrel aging of beers. We started doing imperial stouts back in 1992, so this year is our 25th anniversary of Bourbon County Stouts. There'll be some fun stuff coming up in the fall.
So how's the new Cooper project going for you?
Well, that was just released this week into Milwaukee. It's very limited release, allocated beer, so there are some places that will be available this weekend, but it came out much later than we hoped for. But this is the first one, is a Scotch Ale. In August we'll have a blonde Doppelbock that's barrel aged, and then in the late fall we're going to have robust porter that's also going to bourbon barrel aged.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Rich. So Mike and Rich, have you been involved into any of the other events for Milwaukee Beer Week?
I was at the, we were both at the Craft and Draft that Marie from Discount Liquor has on Sunday. I think that's one of the best events here in the season or in the year. I go every year. It's very entertaining, and it's also knowledgeable. I learn a lot. I get to interact with all the brewery reps, the distributor reps, the brewmasters, the owners of the breweries. So it's worth the trip for me.
And Jesus saw me last night at a event at Tess, great restaurant on the east side, the corner on Bradford over there. I did that. I was at Crafts and Drafts. That's Marie from Discount Liquor puts that on, fundraiser for the Women's Ovarian Cancer Alliance. And I've done several other events, and there'll be several more that I'll be doing on Saturday. One will be back at Tess for a barbecue thing where they're doing a Bourbon County Stout release, doing a Cooper project at Brass Tap on Saturday, and then on Saturday evening, Milwaukee Burger Company is doing a Bourbon County Stout. So I'm convincing Mike here to, when he gets his Cooper project, to hold it in the basement, and we'll do something special with it later on.
Yeah, I still do have a 2014 Bourbon County and a 2015 Bourbon County barrels in the basement. I have quite a collection of barrels back to 2009, over 40 in my cellar. As a matter of fact, I have a 2009 Avery Sam Ales that we're going to break out later this year. I'm going on vacation in a few weeks to San Diego. I've never been there. I want to check out the beer and brewing scene there. And then sometime after I get back, I've got a 2014 Backwood Bastard from Founders, and then I have the Lizard of Caz. I have last year's Kentucky Breakfast Stout and one of this year's, and I'll be tapping all those and doing an event with Founders later in May or in early June.
So everybody, you better start following Romans on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we are. I do have a website. I'm also connected with the beermenus.com people. So every time I tap a barrel, they post it on Twitter, on Facebook. My website gets a lot of hits. I keep it updated every time I change something. And then we have a page on Facebook as well, the bar.
What's your favorite beer that you've tried throughout the week so far? So I'd say this 2013 BCS is right up there for me.
Yeah, well, of the events that I went to, where were we? We were at Bernhardt's on Sunday after the event at Slurb Hall. They had Half-Baker event going there, and there were some pretty interesting IPAs and things there. So at the event, that was just sensory overload. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't pick one out. But I do like the Half-Acre stuff. I'm glad that we have them up here. I did an event with Boulevard Brewing a few weeks ago. We did the rollout here, so it's nice to have them in town. And who else is Solemn Oath They're going to be coming back in town next week. So we're just getting this crazy oversaturation in the market of breweries and beers and craft bars and everything, and then every park now has a beer garden. So that all kinds of bites into our, especially with all the new breweries opening every other week around here, that kind of bites into our business a little. But I'm glad to have them. Now people are beginning to drink good beers. And I've been doing this is over 21 years ago when I threw Miller out and started doing mostly imports, and then it morphed into the craft. So, and they told me I would never make it in Milwaukee without Miller, and that was 21 years ago.
Now you're a staple.
Yeah, and they're owned by ABI.
If you're thinking of the Goose Island beers, and you guys are doing it, it's kind of the consensus amongst those of us that work for Goose and the brewers also that the 2013 BCS is the best. I've done ladder tastings with 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and I pretty much go with the 2013. Another great beer that we had earlier this year.
For 2 more hours.
Yes, available here for 2 more hours. Another great beer that we had this year was one called Grand Prestige, which was a collaboration with a Netherlands brewery called Hertog Jan, which was an Imperial Brown, 10.9%. That was bourbon barrel aged. So I've been enjoying that. And Mike's got one on tap here of ours, Hombre Secreto, which is a ramped up 9% Sophie aged in tequila barrels. And it is tasty.
Yes.
And it's a sneaky 9%.
And the more it warms, the more tequila you get.
So as you said, what else can they expect here at Romans?
Well, I mean, just be nice to me and our servers and the people around you, and we'll be nice back. A constantly changing rotation of the draft menu, and don't carry much local stuff. That's not what people come here for. Now, 7 years in a row, I've been picked one of the top 100 beer bars in the country by Draft Magazine. And every year it's also Palm and Sugar Maple. And this year, Bernhardt's got in on it. The 4 best beer bars in the state are all here within blocks of each other in Bayview.
Well, excellent. We really appreciate your time. And for a complete list of events, go to MilwaukeeBeerWeek.com. Thanks, guys.